Today, I'm going to show you how you can use KimiK 2.6 in VS Code completely for free, and that too for coding. And the fun part is, it's not just KimiK 2. 6, you'll also get Minimax M 2.7 to use for free. Whether you build websites, SaaS projects, apps, or any kind of coding project, this setup is going to be super useful for you. So let's not waste any more time. Let's jump straight into the setup and see how to connect it inside VS Code. So, first of all, open VS Code. Then click on the Extensions tab on the side panel. Now we need to install a coding agent called Blackbox Agent. The best thing about it is that it lets you use models like KimiK 2.6 and Minimax M 2.7 completely for free, without creating any account and without taking any paid plan. On top of that, whenever you give a task to its agents, it checks the generated files and code multiple times to make sure there are no errors or issues in the code. Now go to the extensions section and search for Blackbox. You might see 2, 3 Blackbox extensions here, but just install the one that says has shown coding agent. And the good news is that the installation is also pretty fast. It'll take a maximum of just 1 minute. Once it's installed, simply open the Blackbox agent. As soon as you open it, you'll see a pop-up with 2 options, upgrade and continue free. Since we want to use the free version for now, just click on continue free. And that's it with just this. Your basic setup will be complete. Now let's quickly understand its interface. At the bottom, you'll see 2 modes, auto and manual. In auto mode, the agent can handle quite a few things on its own, while in manual mode, it will ask for your permission before taking any actions. Right below that, you'll find the Tools Configuration section. There are some features here like web search, but some of them may require a paid plan to use. After that, there's an option where you can create custom skills for the agent. Meaning if you use a specific workflow or task repeatedly, you can save its instructions for later. And right next to it is the MCPs section. Here you'll find plenty of ready-made MCP servers, and if any MCP isn't in the list, you can add it manually as well. But now, let's get to the most important thing, models. At the bottom itself, you'll see the Select AI Model option. Click on it, and here you can see that both KimiK 2.6 and Minimax M 2.7 are available in the list of free models. You can use both of these models for free, and for that you don't need any API key, credits, or paid subscription. Now the Pro models visible below will require a paid plan to use, so that entirely depends on your requirement. And if you already have a subscription for Claude Code or OpenAI Codex, you can connect that here and use it as well. So I'll select KimiK 2.6 here, and now let's see how its performance holds up in coding and agent tasks. So I'll give a prompt here. Create a modern SaaS landing page for an AI API platform. Now simply press Enter, and you can see that it has started thinking. Now here, the agent doesn't directly start generating code. First, it will analyze the task and check whether the dependencies required to run the project are available on the system or not. For example, whether Node, JS, NPM, or any other required package is installed. If any dependency is missing, the agent will first inform you about it. After that, it may ask you some simple clarification questions, like which framework to use, where to create the project, or whether there's any specific requirement. And as soon as everything is clear, it will automatically start executing the task. Now you can see that it's creating files, setting up the project structure, and generating the landing page step by step. This is exactly what makes it a little different from a normal AI chatbot because it doesn't just suggest code, it actually works on the project like a real agent. So alright, now I'll let it complete. And we'll meet directly after the task is done, where we'll look at the final result and check what kind of output KimiK 2.6 has actually generated.
A few moments later.
Let's see how the UI turned out, what the code quality is like, whether the responsiveness is correct or not, and whether it's actually capable of building a production-level landing page. So let's skip ahead and jump straight to the final result. So, as you can see, it has successfully completed the task. It has created all the required files, set up the project structure, and generated the complete landing page. So let's now look at the final result directly. So friends, here is the landing page that it has generated. And honestly, I know it might not look all that impressive right now. But the reason for that is also quite simple. We didn't give it any detailed prompt, nor did we mention the full UI layout, color scheme, sections, or design requirements. We only gave it a basic prompt, and based on just that, it prepared the entire project. So looking at it from that perspective, the output is actually pretty good and the agent has done its job correctly. If you give it more detailed instructions, a proper UI reference, animations, a color palette, and complete context, the results will turn out to be far better than this. So that's all for today's video, friends. If you learned something new from this video, make sure to hit the like button and go ahead and subscribe to the channel as well. So we'll meet in the next video. Until then, bye-bye, take care,